Rumah. Istilah ini digunakan untuk kita merujuk kepada struktur atau bangunan di mana kita tinggal. Rumah adalah cerminan peribadi, budaya dan cara hidup seseorang. Setiap ruang, komponen, rupa, bahan dan susunatur satu-satu rumah perlulah direka dan dibina dengan teliti, kukuh dan indah. Bersama saya, Zainal Abidin Gregory, dalam menerokai seni bina rumah-rumah terpilih di Bumi Kenyala dalam Sanggar Vista. Rumah Kamek memberi sebuah paparan nostalgia pada mereka yang pernah mendiami rumah tradisional tetapi diberikan interpretasi moden. Tanaman hijau yang menutupi pagar di sekelilingnya membantu memberikan nuansa lembut dalam masa yang sama amat praktikal dari segi estetik dan keselamatan. Bersama saya adalah Puan Aishah dan Jeroen Moors yang berasal dari Miri, Sarawak dan Belanda. Mereka pemilik rumah Kamek ini, or should I say rumah kita. Why rumah Kamek?
In my state, in my dialect, we have something called ons huis.
Ons huis, so it's a sort of what's the word for it? Not a synonym, but a
yeah. It's exactly the same meaning, and I think it also signifies who we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Rumah Kamek is more personal. It's like our house, you know. That's why we built it, because this is our house. So right. Indeed, it is Rumah. That's why we call it Rumah Kamek. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah.
When I look around the compound here, I see a modern home that's clearly been influenced by the vernacular architecture of the Nusantara. Is there something about your own life experience that's reflected here?
Absolutely. I was born and raised in the Lutong shell quarters, which actually that's where the horizontal planks comes from, the design, and on stilts as well. So that's very nice for me. It's really memories from back home, but also we have been traveling a lot. So some of the features you will see that we snap from Philippines, we snap from Holland, we snap from, you know, we just steal some features inside and outside the house. Yeah.
An eclectic
basically.
Creation. Aishah dan Rauf merupakan pesara dari Shell yang berkhidmat selama 48 tahun together.
Yes.
Yeah. So, walau macam mana pun, diorang pilih Kuching sebagai tempat kediaman diorang. So I wonder, what is it about Kuching that you chose this to be your place of retirement?
First of all, the location is very, very vital for us. We've been looking for many, many locations to build a house. But here, it's very close to my sister's house. It's very close to facilities like Rumah Medical Center, the Bomba, the clinics, the small clinics and shop lots here, and also the golf club, the Pustaka. So we find
don't
this.
Forget Puntau, Pasir Pandak for his durian.
That's for his
Close
durian.
to the beach.
Close to the beach, Santubong.
Yes.
Are you a durian lover?
Of course. I love it.
And we don't like to stay.
Durian Kampung Gajah.
Correct. And we don't like to stay in the city so much. This is lovely for us. The environment is very nice.
That's right.
And of course, Kuching also because demographically.
If you look at the society.
Yeah.
You have government, you have education, you have industry, a bit of oil and gas. It's very diverse. And then ethnicity is diverse. I think it's a very nice place to live. It's a very nice society.
Kuching has
good
it all.
demographics. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the people are friendly.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, looking at the home here on these stilts, very much like a kampong home. Do you make much use of this space under the house?
Now maybe we show you a little bit what's going on underneath.
Wah, ruang ini nampak macam ada unsur Asia Tenggara sikit. You were in Qatar for 15 years?
This is actually, indeed we brought this in from Qatar. So in the desert, when they have their camping, they actually use this motif and these cushions to relax in their tents in the desert when they're camping. And we love to, just to sit here, look at the helicornia, relax a bit, have a nap maybe.
The climate is so different between Qatar and here.
Absolutely. 15 years in Qatar actually is a big attachment. So basically, like, when there's rain, I would love to sit here just to look at the rain because we do not get much rain at all in Qatar. So yeah, but it's excellent experience there. 15 years is a long time. Yeah, our children grew up there, so yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, the rain is something we take for granted over here.
Absolutely.
We worry about the floods and the heavy rains and so on, but in fact, it's its own kind of blessing, isn't it? The rain falling from the sky.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also, but if you bring it back to design, so we did actually a lot to manage the water around the house because I don't like mud pools in my house. I don't like mosquitoes.
Yes.
So during the design phase, we looked at the drainage, at the subsoil drains in the garden, to make sure that the compound can handle the amount of rain. If I look last year, we had 4.9 meters of rainfall. And you need to manage that.
Yeah. Ruang bawah rumah yang teduh ini bukan saja menyingkap memori zaman kecil, namun juga bersifat fungsional, di mana ia digunakan sebagai tempat menyambut tetamu dan tempat simpanan peralatan berkebun, seperti yang kita dapat lihat di sini.
The stairs, you feel when you walk up, how well it's designed.
Oh yes. The risers.
The risers and the length of the step.
So, now this is very reminiscent of the Malay village, the window outside the surau.
Correct. Where you can pick up your sleep.
This is just where you can have a chat and relax. The anjung.
Yeah. I love this picture of Malay house.
No, masuk.
This is
masuk. Tika Sarawak here.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. I love this high ceiling here. The heat just rises up, doesn't it?
Yeah, correct. Now this is the living room. Here we relax together. We sit around. We watch TV.
Where we watch the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
It's a living room.
it's just delightful how you've got such an eclectic mixture of things, and yet it all seems to just fit together so well. These coral shells, where are these from?
Yeah, it's not only corals. Actually, it's my mineral collection, and there's desert roses there. But there's also some shells, nautilus shells.
Did you say that's called desert rose?
That's the desert rose.
talking about
That's
that.
actually sand. Yeah, that's crystallized sand.
It's from Qatar, actually.
Yeah, that one is from Qatar.
Yeah.
So I've been collecting since I was young. So it's nice to have it here on display. Yeah, this is also a very interesting piece. This is was in my father's study, the typewriter. It's from 1907, we found out.
My goodness.
On the internet, there was a collector of these royal typewriters that could actually pinpoint model number to a year.
I should explain to the younger members of our audience here that this is what computers used to look like.
Yes. You press the button and you actually type a letter. And then you can post that. But yeah, that's very nice. And the interesting thing is, on the internet, you can still find the ribbons for these ancient things. So it's actually functioning.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then you can press it.
I could type my own name here.
Yeah.
Like signing a logbook, right? Signing a guest book.
Yes. And you have to have carbon copy. Remember those?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, so much of the furniture and decoration around this house comes from your time in Qatar and also from your own background in Holland. Tell us about this beautiful piece of furniture here.
Yeah, this is actually an heirloom from my father's side. I don't know the exact heritage in terms of time. I think it's well over 100 years old. So
right?
this is oak wood. This was made for my great-grandmother for their wedding from an oak wood orchard at their house.
Wow.
And at that time there was no glass, so this is actually crystal.
Wow.
You see the board at the back there?
Yeah.
That's wood, that's just tin wood. That is not multi-board or whatever.
Right.
This is totally handmade and Italian marble. So you can see the color is already a little bit gone yellow over the ages. But yeah, this was one of the things that I inherited from my auntie. And it has traveled with us from London to Qatar. And then we designed this house, and then we actually designed this wall, as you can see, that it fits the cabinet.
It sure
by 2 inches. So this was, here the house is built around the furniture, not the other way around.
Right, mostly people build a home and then fit the furniture that fits, right? Here, we've made a special space directly for this piece. This is gorgeous. Of course, oak is the brilliant of the north, isn't it?
Correct. And also the history behind it, that it comes from my great-grandfather's orchard at their house. And then they made it. So yeah, for me this was one of these things that I just didn't want to get lost for the family.
It's very special.
Ruang ini memanfaatkan perolahan pengudaraan atau stack ventilation. Udara panas ke atas, udara sejuk kekal di bawah. Rasanya nyaman dan segar walaupun penghawa dingin tidak dibuka. Bumbung atap rumah ini mengunjur untuk melindungi rumah daripada terik matahari dan juga tempiasan hujan. Semua ini antara prinsip reka bentuk pasif yang kita dapat jumpa pada reka bentuk rumah-rumah tradisional, termasuklah di Borneo. Sudah tentu ini semua perlu difahami dengan teliti dalam proses mereka bentuk. Maka saya ingin mendapatkan maklumat lanjut daripada arkitek Ivy Jong dari firma Atelier Timur yang membantu mereka bentuk bangunan ini.
Ivy, maybe you can tell us a bit about how you were able to balance those different elements of vernacular traditions and modern construction techniques.
This house, we didn't impose a style on it. It was developed through, again, our clients' nostalgia of a vernacular house in Miri.
Yes.
And but the background work that you don't see here are all the decision making in terms of the function, especially the M&E. This house,
that's mechanical and electrical.
Yeah. They're being from Shell, everything is documented. They need to know where each pipe comes in and where it goes out. So this whole house was modeled, a detailed model. We didn't use Revit because it's just a house project. But the office detailed the whole system on SketchUp so that the client could see it in 3D and could understand. But in terms of the idea was that it was easily serviceable. All the pipes are clearly exposed and denoted so that future addition, future maintenance could easily be solved.
Yes.
Nothing was concealed. Those that was concealed was done in a way that it could be accessible. The other thing that was the thoughts for this house was in the materials that was used.
Yes.
For example, the walls. This is not, there's actually 2 layers. We have the conventional masonry wall, brick wall, inside. But outside we have a cladding layer. And we created air gaps in between so that the heat gain does not affect the brickwork.
Yes.
So there is very little thermal heat gain in Malaysia, where the heat hits the brick and it warms up, and then the brick will release heat at night. So at night it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's like a warm wall. We wanted to avoid that. So by doing the cladding, it actually served two purposes. One was to give them that vernacular language they remembered from Miri, but the other one was functional, to reduce heat gain, to reduce the heat on the building envelope, so that when they have the air conditioning inside, the cooling load is much less. So we actually, for this whole house, they only have one aircon going to keep it to this level. We have different lighting levels for different requirements.
Thank you very much, Ivy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that all covers it. Yeah. We're standing here in front of one of the focal points of this home, this gorgeous hand-painted mural of a Sarawakian landscape. Can you tell us a little bit about how this came to be?
Yeah, so we were in India Street, and Leonard Shaw was actually making one of his murals there, of I think it was the tin makers.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
And we got to chat, and we had this white wall, and I said, "Come to my house, please." So he did, and he actually painted this landscape. Maybe you recognize, this is Mansantebong.
Yes.
Gunung Matang, which you actually can see from that side of the house and from the other side of the house. And in February, after the rainy season, these are the skies we see during sunset.
Yes.
It's the actual sky, actually. He took a photo of it and he painted it.
I see.
Amazed. I'm amazed. Very talented young guy. Local guy, and
Well, we have so much local talent here, really, that we don't recognize or appreciate as much as we should.
Now, and there's one other detail here, just behind you. Maybe you check it out. So this is the Phalaenopsis bellina orchid, but better known as the Norma orchid. And this is actually, since 1983, the official state flower of Sarawak, State Sarawak.
Isn't that something?
yeah.
How many of us could recognize this plant if you hadn't told us? I don't think so many.
But yeah, no, this is very nice to have this. It's also giving a 3D outlook, because in the end it's a dead end. And it brings space to this area and to the veranda. It's nice to sit around here at night and just relax.
That's wonderful. I think part of becoming local to a place is deepening that appreciation of the natural environment of where you are.
Absolutely.
And so I think your love of orchids that's reflected all around this home, including right here, is really an indication of that.
Yeah, and supporting the local artists, you know, it's very, very, very fortunate that we met him. Really fortunate. And yeah, I think we love it, and we always enjoy sitting here just looking at it and feeling it's in the sunset all the time. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
The garden seems full of traditional and native Sarawakian plants.
Yes, now here's the billion tree I talked about.
I see.
You see, this takes 3 years. It's 1 centimeter per year, so it takes a while until you have a proper tree out of it.
I guess you can't rush quality, right?
No.
No, hence the expensiveness of it.
Yeah, but it's nice to have some.
Well, if you're going to be using it in your homes, then you have to provide it for the future as well,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
indeed.
absolutely. These orchids are rather special because my late mom used to collect this orchid, and she have lot of it in front of our house, and this can grow very, very tall. So that's the reason why it has its special place here. Yeah, it's
Skit.
the white one a little bit, but this one do not actually. That's relatively new. And of course, we plant all our other herbs as well, bunga kantan. I also even have sirih and pokok pinang. Unfortunately, my pokok pinang is also very, very short still. We will see.
And Sarawak black pepper.
And Sarawak black pepper.
That's there in the back.
Yeah.
And pandan, everything.
We've had a wonderful tour all over this beautiful house and seen all the different spaces and rooms that are available. I wonder, is there any space in this home that is the most appealing to you, or that you find you spend most of your time?
For me, I think it is actually where we are sitting. Having this 180-degree view of the garden, looking at my orchids, looking at the statue that comes from Holland, looking at the bromeliad garden, relaxing after spending time with the orchids or doing some odd jobs, is really, for me, the ultimate.
Well, you've been living in the home for about 4 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Has it occurred to you that you might want to do any further renovation or any extra space you'd like to add?
The garden, of course, is a work in progress constantly. So I think that will continue to be a thing like that. I think for us, one of the things that is not as we expected is the heat management in here, the study and our bedroom. So where the roof overhang is adequate on the north side of the house, here on the south side of the house, it's insufficient. So finding a solution for that, I think, is something we look at. We do it, of course, with plants. So part of it is getting a cover of these wonderful creepers that provide shade. But that's something we are looking at.
Puan Aishah and Encik Rauf, you have been the most gracious and wonderful hosts. Thank you for showing your living space here with our audience. And I'd like to take this
pleasure.
opportunity to present you with
Wow.
a small token of our appreciation
Sure.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
No, that's
from
very
us
nice.
at Sanggar Vista.
You're welcome.
Really enjoyed having you, and looking forward to seeing the show on TV.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Apa yang saya pelajari di sini, rumah yang cantik adalah rumah yang memanfaatkan karakter dan topologi asal tapak tanpa mengorbankan alam semula jadi. Sebaliknya, menggunakan aspek semula jadi sebagai elemen utama kekacakan rumah ini. Cukup untuk saya katakan, kacak rumah kita. Semoga kita bertemu lagi di episod seterusnya. Bye-bye now.